We'll try and call all of them. Okay. All right. What's going on, guys? This is my contractor, Maritza, from Augustins Remodeling. Wow. There we go. What's going on, guys? This is my contractor, Maritza, from Augustins Remodeling. She wants to get into real estate and doing her own deals. She handles all of my rehabs and a ton of other rehabs in the Central Valley for Jason. Who else? Kyle, Cletus, and Aaron. She does everything for most of the investors. She's the best contractor around. If you guys are looking for a contractor, go to, what's your Facebook? Just Maritza? Maritza de Dios or Augustins Remodeling. Awesome. And so she wanted to get into real estate. So she's been driving around looking for a couple different properties. You want to tell us where, and if you guys are tuning in, comment, tell us where you're from, and any way we can help you. We're going to be cold calling some of the leads that Maritza's found, and how we'll go over how she found them and what we're going to talk to the leads about. Tell us about the first one. It's a pretty interesting story.
So the first one is a property that is around my dad's house. So he's close to it. So I drive by it pretty frequently, checking to, you know, see if there's people living there or if it's still vacant. And so I mean, it's pretty destroyed. So.
But tell them like the backstory of it and how you know it's destroyed and everything else. Because a lot of people are in situations like this to where if they would just think about it in a way where they can make money and like, oh, I could go wholesale this or I could go flip this. Because that whole situation behind it, like, you know, the landlord needs to sell or he's going to lose money or he's sitting on something that's going to.
Yeah. So the landlord, I spoke to him before. A relative used to live there and rent it out. And pretty much it caught fire from an electrical issue a little bit. It's not too bad. And so the owner called the insurance company and filed a claim. And basically the contractor that was trying to do the remodel ran off with the money. So I know he is in a situation where he needs to do something with it, either sell it or fix it up himself. But he's 80 years old and he's sick and he needs to sell it to me.
What's going on, Josh? All right. And so you found how many do we have here? 5?
7.
We have 7 properties. And where'd you find them all?
Driving for dollars. I drive around a lot. And if I see a vacant house or I see it's boarded up or like really like not taken care of, I'll write it down.
Did you use a app to save all the addresses, or did you just write them all down?
I wrote them down on paper. So what I would do is I would pull over to the house and I would pull up like realtor.com and then try to get like the exact address for it. And just that way I have, you know, the correct information.
Awesome. And another app you guys can use if you are driving around looking for properties, we use Batch Driven and we also use Propstream. Batch Driven is awesome. It's built for driving for dollars, and then Propstream has a mobile app now too. And then you pulled up these properties on Propstream, right?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. And then where did you skip trace the properties?
Rocketskiptracing.com.
With us. All right, let's pull out your phone. Which one do you want to call first?
Let's do this one.
Okay. These are the 2 numbers we got?
Yeah.
These start with 559?
Yeah, 559.
Okay. What's the dude's name? Steven.
Steven.
And generally we have to call, when you skip trace them, it'll give back. I mean, some of these give back 10 different phone numbers.
Yeah.
But
Hello, you've reached House Doctor, general building contractor, serving the Fresno area with custom remodeling.
The guy we just cold called is a contractor who has a shitty house, believe it or not. 559. And so you'll have to call quite a few phone numbers just to find the right one. And then we have a bad number for that one. So for this one, we'll call this first number again afterwards, and then we can cross out this second number because it's a bad number. right, what's the next one we got?
It's that one.
Does he live here? Nope, he doesn't live in it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. Oops. Okay. Who is this? And I would suggest using a dialer if you guys are going to do this yourself. It gets to be kind of tedious.
I'm sorry.
I usually don't leave voicemails either. Whenever I do cold call, I'll send them a text afterwards just to see if it's a landline or not and try and get a hold of them. And a lot of this is just calling into nothingness.
So the second one's bad?
The second one's bad.
I think that one they're working on it already. So.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next one. I hope we can get someone on the phone. Who is this? Elaine? And so you already talked to one of them. While we're waiting, do you want to tell us a little bit how that conversation went yesterday?
Well, we were talking.
Your call has been
And
forwarded
he
to an
said that he was in bed rest for a couple months and wasn't able to take care of his property. And he was looking to put it up in the market and basically have somebody buy it that's willing to get a 203K loan to fix it up.
And so he knows it's beaten up and he's not going to be able to get any money out of it?
Yeah.
And and so she's thinking about, what's it called? Seeing if he wants to carry the paper on it and owner finance it to her. And that way she doesn't have to go to the hard money loan and she could buy it owner finance, put however much down, and she can save a ton of money on interest and upfront fees and points.
Yeah.
925. Oh, nobody wants to pick up the phone.
You usually call all day?
I call leads that come in. I don't have a really cold call. It's a big house for 93702. And this is generally how cold calling goes, and this is why I always say use a dialer. Because more times than not, you're gonna get a bunch of disconnected numbers and be dialing into nothingness. Maybe we should just call that other guy again.
Yeah.
And see what he says.
He said call him in the afternoon. I told him I was going to call him today. And he's like, yeah, call me in the afternoon.
Yes, hello?
Hi, this is Leonardo.
Hello?
Can you hear me, Leonardo?
Leonardo? No, this is Jose.
Oh, dang it, Jose. Do you know Leonardo?
I sure don't.
Dang it. Do you have any property you're looking to sell, my man?
Not right this moment.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. Oh, he already hung up on me. And that one was 824. Okay. On to the next. 9, 3, 4. So, have we called all of them except one? Or do we have them?
Yeah, I think we gotta call this one. Oh, this one's a good one.
Hello?
So, Cleveland?
Oh, dang it. Sorry, I was looking for Leonardo. Is this a business?
Yes, it's a business.
Okay, thank you.
Huh?
This one's a good one?
Yeah, that one's been vacant for a long time. So my kid's pediatrician is right around the corner. So I always drive by and see if it's vacant. I've seen people break in all the time. but I mean, I haven't been able to get a hold of the owner either.
Have you called him?
I called one number, but I think it was one of these older ones. But it wasn't that person.
And so this person doesn't live. Hello? Hello, Leslie? Hello? Are you there, Leslie? And so this person lives out of the county in LA, and we're in Fresno, and has been broken into a couple times, and so you know it's going to be a good lead. Leslie, are you there? Leslie, I was calling by a property in Fresno. Can you hear me? Hello? Leslie? All right, we'll call the next phone number. Oh, the first one, 0. It's the same one again. Next one, 74. And how often do you drive by all these properties?
I want to say at least once a month.
And then it's hard to get a hold of people.
I think it's the time because people are working.
Oh, we call from we call all day and stop like 8 p.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'd say like the best time is between like 4 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings. We are unable to cope.
We got one more. And then where's the one who you talked to yesterday? And we'll give him a call. And then you want to give out your phone number on this so people can give you a call if they're looking for contractors?
Yeah, my phone number is 559-360-4907. We also have a Facebook page. It's Augustins Remodeling, Augustins. So check us out.
And how far down do you guys go? Do you guys go to Bakersfield?
Yeah, we go anywhere in California. We've gone to Tehachapi, we've gone Ridgecrest, we've gone Long Beach, we've gone Merced, we've gone Atwater.
Please leave your...
All over.
All right, let's call the other guy. Which one is it? Which one is the number?
The first
Okay.
one. His name is Victor. Vic.
Just say he spoke to you yesterday.
Yeah.
And this is the property?
Yeah, 2150 South.
I was looking at the property on the
Hello.
Hi, Vic. How you doing? This is Stratton. I was calling about your house on Weller. You spoke to Maritza about it yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
You got a minute?
Sure.
Awesome. So I just wanted to learn a little bit more about it. We were interested in purchasing it. I just wanted to know overall condition and what you were interested in doing. Is that okay?
I went through another relapse on my healing. I've been ill for the last year and a half, 2 years. And I went through another relapse, and I just started coming out of it last week. And what I need to do is get back to the insurance company. There was a claim filed, and the house is pretty well fixed up. And then squatters broke again. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, something's beeping. Anyway, I think my battery's running down on my phone. Anyway, and I'm going to try and decide to sell that as a 203K. You familiar with that?
Yep.
I think I want to try that program out because it's an excellent program. And 50 years in real estate, I can't remember ever doing a 203K. So I'm going to try it out on that place. Of course, you're willing to bid on it, but when it goes in the market, it's going to go on at whatever appraised value is.
Okay.
This will be all cash money to the buyer.
Exactly. How much were you looking to sell it for?
I don't know. I'd have to get it evaluated again. Last time I evaluated it, believe it or not, it was at 170. That's a lot of money for a house in that area, but
that's a lot of money.
I don't know if it'd be that high again, but it'd be a good way to do it. I only owe about 100 or so on it. That would be a nice boost for the fact that I had to declare bankruptcy and lost a whole bunch of properties due to my illness. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
If I could pull that one out and get some equity out of it.
Exactly.
So I can't just say, here, give me $50 and I'll give you the deed. I can't do that on this one. I know you're looking for bargain, but I'm going to try that 2 or 3K plan, I think. If I don't, call me back in a week or so, and if I decide just to dump it, I'll consider dumping it to you.
Okay.
Now, didn't she say she worked with fix-up crews and investors that want to re-establish properties, make them good? Wasn't it her that called me and said that?
Exactly. Yep. She owns a contracting company and she does the best work in town.
Yeah, she said her prices are reasonable. I had a nice conversation with her, and I would be very pleased to work with her on other projects if this one doesn't turn out.
Okay. So, and anyway, what would stop you from selling it to an investor at a reasonable price?
What would stop me?
Yeah.
Well, the fact that if I sell it as a 2 or 3K, I'm going to get more money in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So you think so?
I just don't know a lot of people who do 2 or 3K loans these days, so I couldn't really tell you.
Okay. Well, 2 or 3K, it appraises out at full value and fixed up condition. An appraiser goes in, before it's even on the market. The next step is that you find a buyer. Say mine did appraise out at 170. Then you find a buyer, and then in the meantime you get a contractor to go in and say, this house needs $70,000 worth of work, and so the buyer comes along, pays $170. They get $70,000 in the bank,
to fix
and
it up.
I get 100 less closing costs that are my closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
And on a investment loan, it's going to be. It's a bad example because I used up the whole equity on the example, but normally an investor would pay less because they're going to put the money in to do all the fix-up, and then they're going to turn around and try and make a profit in selling.
Okay. And so
that makes more sense.
How much money were you trying to get into your pocket that would be worth your time?
I'm pretty much broke. I've been kind of semi-conscious for a long time, and I'm not even able to look at anything to do with properties. That's why it's sitting there vacant, because my daughter comes over once or twice a week, and I'm just within the past week I've been conscious enough to actually start dealing with that stuff on my own. As you can say, I still have a hard time thinking of the right words, but I'm getting back into it.
I'm sorry to hear
have
that.
to look and see what was owed on it. And I'm assuming as an investor, you would make the deal go real fast.
Yep.
Which would be better for me. because I still have other bills due to stupid illness. It's like COVID-19, except you don't die from it. And this lasts, it gets into all your body organs in your head, and it keeps you down for months and months, in my case over a year. Then you get slowly better. So I'm still in that phase, but I'd have to look at the numbers. Let's call back in about a week.
Okay. And what do you think is going to be your deciding factor between doing a 203K loan or selling it to an investor?
The amount of money I get.
Okay. And how are you going to know the amount of money you get if you, like beforehand? Because wouldn't you just sell it to an investor before you listed it?
Yeah, well, I'm a realtor. I can get out there and do comps of similar size homes, et cetera, in 5 minutes. I haven't done it.
I don't know, make an offer.
Okay. And is the house vacant?
Excellent question. That's why I got to call insurance, because it was vacant and boarded up, and the guy who fixed it up represented he was a contractor, and he wasn't a contractor. He moved himself and his significant other and their kids into the house, and kept coming back to me for money, and I'm in a daze. I don't know what I'm doing. He says, well, I need $5,000. I need $7,300. It's usually odd amounts, and I'm getting there. When are you going to come out and look at it? And of course I couldn't, because I was bedridden. And so he took all that money, and then when we caught on, we got him out of the house, and then other squatters have come in the meantime, and I think there's a squatter in there, right? So, occupied or not occupied depends on what day it is and whether the police have chased anybody out.
Yeah, they usually don't do anything.
I laughed when you said that.
What are you going to do if you can't get the squatters out because of all this COVID-19 stuff?
Oh, I can get squatters out. Renters are the ones that can say, I've been hurt by the COVID. Squatters are illegally in there, so they're not covered by any rental rules to help them stay in a place, because they can. I mean, somebody could go into Walmart after it closes and they say, I live here, this is my place. I mean, they're a squatter. They're not going to get Walmart just because they walked in and said, I'm a squatter and I'm renting this whole store.
Exactly.
This is an extreme example to make a point.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be a renter to be protected under that plan.
So when you find out if it's vacant or not, we'd love to go over there and take a look at it and give you an offer. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, you might go over there and tell the guy directly south, the house, that's one house closer to the school. Just knock on the door and say that Vic sent you, and you wanted to make sure that, you didn't get reported to the police, and you want to walk through, because I'm sure the stuff that they boarded everything up has been broken into it. I'm sure you can get into it. Just be real careful, somehow or another, okay?
Okay, will do.
I'm forgetting his name. I have it written down. But it's very, very nice couple, and he's really watching out for me. But he knows that in my condition, I'm not able to get over there and stand around and wait for the police and take a chance that somebody's going to come out and kick the hell out of me because I'm telling them to get out, something like that. Anyway, I mean, I'm getting off past the subject. You're asking really, really excellent questions. I'm assuming you've done this before.
A time or two.
What's your name?
Stratton.
Stratton. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that. I have to write it down. And the other gal I talked to was Maritza or
Maritza.
Maritza. Yeah, it was very interesting, unusual name. But you seem to really know what you're talking about, and I'd be happy to work with you on other projects because I have always specialized in helping people get out of problems. And I told her that if she's a licensed contractor, she may be able to be the one to go in and say this is the value of the home, and then get the job when it's fixed up if she wants it. Is she actually looking for work right now?
Oh yeah, she's always looking for work.
Okay, because when I start working with this 203K program, there's going to be people using the same example that we're talking about, Stratton. There's going to be people out there who say, well, you know, we can get this all fixed up for you, and no, I just want to dump it. I just want to get rid of it. See, and then that would be where you would come in and get involved in buying it.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go over there.
She's a very nice person, and you seem to be a real gentleman, and you're very patient listening to my rambling because I'm not totally clear. I'm sure I'm repeating myself some of these things, and I'm trying to give you examples that are not real clear cut anyway. But call me in about a week. I have Marissa's telephone number written down, but go over there, talk to the neighbors, say Vic sent me to tell you that I wanted to, I'm going to take a walk through the house, and if there's a squatter in there, just call the cops. Anyway, you have my permission and my authorization to that.
Okay, sounds good. I will talk to you soon, Vic. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
So I think he's thinking that by doing it as a 203K, he's gonna get some money out of it, right?
Yeah, because it's a FHA loan, and he probably could. It just depends on what type of sale he wants. Like if he wants a quicker sale, no, we're gonna buy it. If there's squatters in there and he doesn't want to fuck with it, we can buy it. Like no issue. With a 203K loan, it's just more paperwork. Again, you're dealing with a bank and dealing with the government, making sure everything's on the up and up. To with us, we could just go in like, hey, yeah, we'll buy it. Here's our price. Don't care about squatters.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And so it depends on how bad he wants the money and what situation he wants.
Yeah.
Does anybody really have any questions before we log off? What's going on, Cam? What's going on, Junior? And she found this, and you find this again with driving?
Yeah.
I was hoping he owned it free and clear so we could get him to carry the note. What's going on, my man? But it's not looking like that. I don't know if he'd be open to sub 2. What else could we do? I guess you could say you'd partner with him on it. Yeah, that's
what I was thinking.
You could just say, hey, I'll partner with you on this. I'll fix it up and we can split the profit. And that's something you can do if he's willing to keep making the payments.
He might. I mean, if he's trying to look for some money in his pocket, you know?
Right. And then that way you can get into the deal. I don't know, what is that called? I think it's called an novation agreement that people have been doing, to where you put a mechanics lien on the property and then you work on it and fix it up and then you split the profits with the homeowner. And that way you can get a deal, you can save money on everything, and then you both split the costs.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good job, Maritza.